Well, good morning, everybody. This morning we're on our way out, waiting for Jimbo, that one bearded guy. Got the back all loaded up. Trying to look down the street, see if Jimmy's getting ready to pull up. Don't know which direction he's going to be coming in from, but waiting on Jimbo. Gonna go out and see if we can get some browns in Browntown today. Goal for today is I'm a muley freak, so I'd like to get me a hold of a set of nice muleys. This area we're going to can produce some nice muleys, and who knows, might be a set of elk antlers, but at least one or two elk antlers, match or otherwise. All right, we're keeping an eye out for Jimmy. Hang out for some action. Any Jimmy yet? No headlights? All right, we're on our way. All right, we made it to our adventure spot. My first shed hunt, actual shed hunt of 2026. Wish me luck. There's Jimbo, that one bearded guy. He's already on the board this year, so I'm up for a challenge already. Here's a good shot of our landscape. And we're on our way. Like I always say, stay tuned for that first pickup. Well, checking in. About a mile in already. Target rich environment. We're seeing a lot of sign and track, as you can see there. Elk shit there. Tracks up and down all over. Jimmy's off to my right about 100 yards. Beautiful country. I have a feeling we're getting in it. And I really like running these sage areas. Low sage. A lot of sign though. I'm able to find some muleys. Hopefully those elk browns are in here. We're in it to win it. Stay tuned. I'm gonna let y'all walk with me, just in case I walk up on one while I'm searching in here for a few. Stand by, here we are. Looking for possible bedding areas. Some of these game might have tried to climb under something and knock those antlers off. Walking this low sage area, I'm not seeing any tines up yet, but I always say, have faith and never give up hope. All right, here we go. Well, just like I said, here's a nice shaded bedded area, and there's some sign there, some fresh sign.
Across that little sagebrush bottom in front of this first little hill.
I got a feeling we're in it. Getting close. Gotta get back in touch with Jimmy. Stay tuned for the first pickup. All right, y'all, hanging up here, taking a break. Had to switch out hats earlier, just can't do that wide brim hat with a pack, as you all probably know. Got into some bone over here. I'm gonna turn this around so you guys can see. I'm looking for what I might find around this bone. Might find a deadhead. We'll see. Got that bone right there. Some more bone down that way there. I'm gonna head up this little trail right here, make a circle back down this way, find that bone, back up to this. But this is what caught my eye. Being that it looks like it was drug under here, I'm gonna circle around underneath the base of this, and we'll see what we can find. Wish me luck. Well, that didn't pan out to be anything. Might have been an antlerless animal. We're still looking. I'm gonna make a circle back up there by that carcass, or the spine anyway, what's left of it, and throw the pack back on. I dumped the pack right there. It's right next to the spinal. Put that heavy thing back on and start back up over that area right there and catch up with Jimmy. Hang on, we're getting there. We're going to get into Browntown. All right, just checking in, yo. I don't know if y'all can see Jimmy over there. We're taking a break. We've come up to this pretty deep arroyo, and we're gonna want to be over there, foothills over there. So we're gonna take a break, get some water, make a plan, skirt around those foothills over there a little bit, and then make our way back to the truck. We're about 2 miles in now. A little bit of a slow start for us today, this morning. Well, for me anyway, getting those legs and everything worked up again for shed season. All right, stay tuned for that first pickup. Always have faith and never give up hope. I'm checking out this new hoodie, getting it out here on this shed hunt just so that I can try to keep the sun off my face. Works out pretty good. Got it from Vortex. Nice light gear. Stay tuned. All right, Jimmy and I split up for a little bit so we can get some distance between us. I felt like I was going to be successful in here. Jimmy stopped me to check on me, see how I was doing. I stopped to check on the radio. Get in touch with him, tell him I'm doing okay and that I am making my way back. I'm paralleling him. I stop and I look down this canyon, and right below me I got a nice mule deer shed, probably hard white, 3-point with a nice eye guard, unless something's buried. Let me get down there and I'll try to do a pickup. Alright, I got down here to this, looks to be a 3-point. Decent eye guard on that dude. Yep, buried there and there behind that rock a little bit. Not a bad find for the kind of day we're having. I'm going to do somewhat of a pickup here and then bug out. Jimmy's waiting on me. I don't want to spend too much time down here. And here goes that pickup. See if I can get in there and get a shot of that. That's cracked. But not bad for the day, man. Call it good and get on out of here. Stay tuned. All right, Jimmy's getting the pack on. We just took a nice break over here. Got us some snacks and glassing some of this up. I just came down from up on top of there and Jimmy saw me coming down. He wanted me to check out a few spots he might have thought might have been antlers. And we're gonna head on out that way. Well, we ate the snacks, drank all we could to reduce some of the weight. And we got about another 1.5 mile trek back to the truck, and we'll be on our way home. But good day in here. Got one find, little 3-pointer. Hoping for some more on the way back. Stay tuned. All right, we made it back to the truck. That's the find for the day. Darren didn't get skunked, but I'm on the board for 2026. Tied with Jimmy. All right, we're gonna hit the road back to that big A-town.
There's an elk leg right there next to the truck.
And
under that bush.
elk bata right there.
Still got the hair on it and everything.
Yep, might have been this last season. All right, we're gonna hit the road back to that big A-town. Stay tuned for the next adventure as we try it again. All right, guys, we're gonna try this one more time, do a shed hunt. Going up north, northern New Mexico, at the gas pump, gonna get some gas. Hurting at the pump, guys. 339.9, so might as well call it 340. That's what we're up to today. Got a good look at the Sandias over here right now. And we're gonna be heading in that direction. Wish us luck, one more shed hunt, 2026. Stay tuned for the first pickup. All right, made it to the trailhead. Some other folks up here as well. A lot of blowdowns up here. We had to get through some snow and mud and a little bit of 4-wheel drive. But as you can see behind me, we made it to the parking lot. We're all geared up and ready to go, and we're gonna head right up that trail. See what we can get today. Stay tuned Gonna try to make it to Browntown, right, Jimmy? All
At
right.
least find some.
All right, we're already starting to see the sign. It is pretty thick in here. We're getting a layout now. We're thinking about splitting up, maybe staying on the trail. We decided to get off the trail for right now because we might spot something in here close by, just because of the sign. Jimmy went left, he came back across the trail, he's going right now. Trying to get an idea what we should do. But we're getting started, and we're all radioed up, got all our warm gear on. It's a little windy right now. We're gonna do it to it because we got the challenge ahead of us. Stay tuned for the first pickup. All right, we're taking a little break, getting a little breather. I got my Sun Slayer on from Vortex hoodie, got everything on. Which we are finding out is the Continental Divide. It's got a nice little arrow there. It shows you what direction you're headed. We're choosing whether to stay on that trail or take the Continental Divide. There's another marker. So we're doing it to it. Stay tuned. Hopefully it warms up a little bit. We got some wind, but we're handling it. We're all covered up and protected. Having fun. Stay tuned. All right, we decided to stay on the trail. Continental Divide Trail. Might be a lot of blowdowns. They're clearing the blowdowns from this trail. We also decided to stay on the trail because of the sign. Track and defecation all over the trail. Jimmy's up there doing some glassing. Pretty thick in here, so we're kind of trying to make a decision. You know, as he says, if they're not high, they're low. So we're going to start out high. Wish us luck. Well, I've often said, when your shed season is about to start, you get into your favorite spot and there's 3 to 5 feet of snow. Jimmy's trying to truck through over there. We're trying to stay on the trail. A little bit difficult when you got to get off the trail because of blowdowns like that. I would zoom in, but my hands are full. Not full of sheds yet, but we're gonna figure it out. We might even decide to go into another area. We're about half a mile to 3/4 of a mile in here, and doesn't look like it's getting any better, but still think we're gonna figure it out. Stay tuned. All right, trying to get the content. Jimmy's up there ahead of me. He's doing a walk-up video. Jimmy's first time up here, that one bearded guy. I've been up here quite a few times fishing. It's not a big secret, but we're gonna do a walk-up video. See what we see. Almost wish I brought a fishing rod. Like I always say, you know you're in it in the right time of the season. Every stick looks like a shed, and you might come across snow. A lot of snow drifts in here. We've gone over a few. Definitely 3 to 5 feet deep. All right, we're doing it to it. Hang out for that first pickup. All right, got up to the elevation I wanted to be at. Came around the lake that way to the camera's view left, came across that meadow, spotted what I thought was some antlers down here at the base, saw a lot of game trails and wanted to get that elevation, so we're up here doing it to it, man. We do have some elevation, as you saw. Trying to hook up with Jimmy now. He's around here somewhere. A lot to look at. Got away from the blowdowns. Kind of happy about that. Jimmy should be in that direction right over there, so I'm making my way on this game trail. Hopefully some elk were walking on this game trail. Heavy antlers are falling off. I try that strategy where they're walking downhill. So I've got some elevation and I'm looking down. I want to say I'm probably about 10,000 feet in elevation, so Jimmy and I both feel like we're getting into it. Stand by. All right, met up with Jimmy. It's lunchtime. Avocado time, as Jimmy and I say. I got to use my Badlands as a table. Avocados, some jerky. That's my meal. There's that one bearded guy digging at his avocado. And I'm next. Cold beer would go good right about now, but that's a lot of weight to get in here, so stay tuned. We're almost on it. All right, I just got done side hilling that mountain. Boy, that was a little rough. I wanted to get to the top, but we're running out of time, and what I thought was the top may not have been the top. Gonna have you walk with me here a little bit. Well, you guys can get an idea what I'm dealing with here with blowdowns and snow and game trails. Really can't make it out now, but there's a lot of defecation. Maybe you can make that out. All right, we're hitting the bottom. I'm just gonna have you guys go with me. That way, if I walk up on something, you feel like you're part of it.
Are you trying to talk to me or filming?
Filming. Filming. Some beds under there. Low and slow. You might get to see something because it all looks like antlers. Low and slow. Jimmy's to the right of me. We're making our tracks back. It's a little difficult to film and walk over all this stuff and watch my footing and not fall. Plus, eventually I'm going to have to pull up the binos because everything looks like an antler. All right, we made it back to the truck. And that's all we have to show for it. All our gear, no antlers, no horns. We had a good time. Saw some new country. A lot of blowdowns. It was a little tough. But it was potential to have antlers in there as well. Jimmy's resting. Got all our gear there. Getting ready to crack open some cold waters, maybe something to eat, and get up on out of here. Stay tuned for the next adventure. Oh, and by the way, I do all my own stunts. You had to be there. Well, good morning, everybody. April the 14th, 2026. We're at it again. And that's what we're looking for, elk sheds and deadheads. Stop, pull over, I found some. I'm with Jimbo again today, that one bearded guy.
Let's do it.
Check out his channel. We're gonna see what we can load up on today. My goal for today is 2 browns, possibly a set. How about you, Jimmy?
Browns are always nice. You know me, I definitely don't want to get skunked.
And no skunks.
I'm always after big mule deer sheds.
Oh yeah.
This is some prime country though, that's for sure.
Looks like we're in some prime country. Stay tuned for that first pickup. All right, we're all bundled up and ready to go. Got the gear on, jackets, heavy jackets. It's kind of windy. We got 10-mile-an-hour winds right now. It's all right. We're gonna do it to it. Stay tuned. right. Ready, Jimmy?
Just gonna start
Radio's
tracking.
on. Tracking. Okay. Jimmy and I separated. Getting into some thick stuff in here. All of it's got good potential. I'm doing a 360 here, pretty thick in here. This is about the time when you start thinking about, is my gun loaded? Do I have one in the chamber? Do I have my bear spray? It's April 14th, springtime. Of course they're in here. Got the pistol. Don't have one in the chamber, but I'm gonna put one in the chamber because I did not bring the bear spray. I left it at the truck. On that note, stay tuned. Been in here about 30 minutes already. Haven't come across anything yet. A lot of stick sheds. However, got to get something going. Got to find something. I think I have found something. Back in through here. Need a little luck. So, checking things out. Finding a lot of aluminum. If aluminum paid better, I'd be rich today. Or at least I would have made enough money to pay for gas today. So what I thought was a Mylar balloon for that good luck, turns out it's a blue aluminum can. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Pepsi. Still looking for that golden egg. That big brown. Not having any luck so far, but stay tuned for that next pickup. I just got done radioing Jimmy and told him I feel like I'm gonna get something here. I feel like I'm gonna walk up on something. I think he answered me good luck. Now I'm gonna turn the camera around because I think I just said that like 30 seconds ago. Right there, underneath that branch, shady spot. Sorry, just beyond that shady spot. Right there, man. That looks like an antler from here. It's got the shine on it just like an antler. But now that I'm zooming in on it, it sure looks like a stick shed. We're gonna go see. Stay tuned, walk up with me. Just in case it is, and the other side might be laying right here too. Coming into view. Good looking stick, isn't it? Alright, stay tuned. Alright, hopefully the wind's not too bad in here. Got a good line for about 400 or 500 yards. Jimmy's 100 yards to the left of me. We're going to hit this line back to this base of this mountain here, this second run. Hopefully we've got some better luck. We came across a lot of good sign back there on our first run, but couldn't come up with anything. So we ate some lunch, talked it over, tried another spot. Our original spot that we were going to try this morning, so hopefully we can get into something here. Let me turn this around and get you a look at what I'm looking at. I like walking in or getting some elevated looks at this type of terrain here. These meadows, these brush. This brush tends to hide antlers, so if you get up on top or in it, you might come across something. So I'm gonna give it a good 400-yard run here, and then I'll meet up with Jimmy and see what we're gonna do next. We're gonna try to get up to that base up there, skirt to the right, make a big loop for 3 or 4 miles, and get back to the truck, call it an evening. All right, checking in with everybody. 9 o'clock this morning to 4:20 this afternoon. Nothing in hand, but we hit it hard. Good area, we learned a new area. We're liable to come back in here.
Feeling like a beat up old man, but I am, so it was fun.
We're old and beat up. Stay tuned.